Welcome back to Stoic's Paths. Have you ever found yourself wondering if you're surrounded by people who just don't seem to get it? Maybe you've noticed behaviors in certain women that leave you shaking your head, questioning their mindset, their decisions, or their way of looking at life. But here's the thing: understanding these signs isn't just about pointing fingers, it's about protecting your own peace, avoiding unnecessary drama, and making better choices when it comes to relationships. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have a clearer perspective that could change the way you approach your love life forever. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you're ready to unlock the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. And stick around until the end, because what you'll learn today could just be the wake-up call you need. Let's get started. Just pretend you've met someone in a completely unfamiliar social setting. Being in her company makes everything seem perfect. She's beautiful and fun. However, little things start to pile up and you start to question her apparent int. Also, intelligence is not what I am talking about. No, what we mean is the highly esteemed Stoic qualities of knowledge, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. According to Seneca, a prominent Stoic writer, the greatest obstacle to living is 1. She thrives on drama, expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. This suggests that our present decisions, especially regarding the people we associate with, might dictate our future. In particular, what are these signs that a woman is being naive? We may analyze each one separately. Signed are 1. She thrives on drama. Have you ever had a relationship that sent you on a wild roller coaster of emotions? The next minute everything is fine, and suddenly you're in the middle of a fight over a late text message. As a result, you start to wonder if what makes it so challenging every time. If you hear someone enjoying causing trouble, you should be on the lookout. Some women, and let's be honest, some men, have it worse than it needs to be. They crave disorder and find ways to cause it even when there isn't any. It's as if they can't go about their daily lives without feeling some kind of emotional pain. But the point is, a relationship isn't supposed to be a soap opera. An intelligent woman, on the other hand, seeks peace, not turmoil, because she knows that the weight of power is not to become furious about trivial things, but to be tranquil. Jump back to your own romantic experiences. Ever dated someone who couldn't stop finding fault? Maybe she'd get angry if you didn't respond to her text message within 5 minutes. On the flip side, she'd accuse you of not caring enough and start fights. If you went out with friends, it hurts a little at first, but it gets emotionally draining after a while. Why does this happen? Because drama is a form of attention seeking for some women. If no one is talking, then something is wrong with their minds. They're used to chaos and now find peace unsettling. Before you know it, you're ensnared in a never-ending cycle of broken hearts and broken promises, deceiving yourself into believe that's love. On the other hand, if you find yourself being consumed by her emotional tempests, it's wise to pause and ask yourself, is this really the life I want? As stated by Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic, the mind, not external circumstances, is within your control. You will find the power you need once you recognize this. A wise woman understands that love should be a haven, not a battlefield. If that person accuses you of wrongdoing when none exists, you may want to reconsider your connection with her. If you're thinking, wow, this sounds just like my last relationship while watching this, please know that you're not alone. Everyone has been there. The key is to recognize the pattern and break out before it drains your power. I assure you, you're not alone. I want to know whether you've ever been in a relationship where the drama was superfluous. Share your story with me below. Sign number 2, she can't take responsibility right now. Let me paint a picture for you. You picture this: you're in a relationship where everything is going swimmingly until it doesn't. It could be a small argument or something more serious, like a breakdown in communication with loved ones, but instead of talking it out rationally, she jumps to conclusions and says it's not my fault, you ought to have been more wise. Have you heard of this location before? If that's the case, you know how frustrating it is to work with someone who will always avoid doing their job. It's always someone else's fault, whether it's their parents, their ex-employer, or even you. But the reality is that if the other person can't take responsibility for their own acts, you and your relationship will never get anywhere. So let's be honest, we're all imperfect. Everyone makes mistakes. The ability to recognize mistakes, assess the current situation, and proceed is what distinguishes the intelligent from the foolish. According to Stoicism, understanding oneself is the source of true power. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them, said Epicurus, rather than trying to avoid making errors. The secret to a fulfilled life is finding ways to deal with them. But this naive woman, her victim mindset, refuses to leave her side no matter how bad things become. Someone else is inevitably to blame. Staying around this type of person will lead to you being held responsible for things that were never your fault. Do you feel exhausted from it? Think about the relationships you've been in the past. Has somebody you're close with ever had trouble saying I was wrong? How did you feel when that happened? Feeling down? Are you thirsty? Not valued? This is due to the fact that, 2. She can't take responsibility. Having an accountability partner is fundamental to every healthy relationship. Having a partner who is willing to grow alongside us is much more appealing than being with someone who is constantly looking for someone else to blame. Responsibility, on the other hand, and is a strength, not a weakness. For a strong woman, she owns up to her mistakes, says she's sorry, and works to improve for the future. If you're looking for a life-altering event, discovering someone like that is it. You should exercise caution as a partner around someone whose lack of maturity manifests itself in their inability to take responsibility. Also, are you serious about wanting to be in a relationship where you're always the one to bear the emotional burden? Can you trust that the person you're spending time with will own up to their mistakes? Is it that everyone you ask for an explanation always finds one? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section, and if you connected with the message of this video, press the like and subscribe button. Sign number 3. She values materialism over character. Is it your experience that partners in relationships seem more interested in what you can provide them than in getting to know you as a person? Maybe it seemed nice at first to spoil her, get her gifts, and take her on romantic outings. Nevertheless, a change came later on. After deducting the expensive presents, lavish meals, and excursions, you started to see that there wasn't much left. If you've ever been in a relationship where one partner values material goods more than honesty and character, you could have experienced something similar. Trust me when I say this is a difficult road to go at first. You might believe those are high expectations. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe this channel. Folded hands, smiling face.